This entire retro gaming setup is running from a single SSD, no installs on your PC, no complicated setup, no messing around. Just plug it in, boot it up, and you got the full retro console ready to go. And in this video, I'm showing you exactly how to build your own portable RetroBat setup that works on pretty much on any Windows PC. So what we're doing today is installing RetroBat on an external SSD, turning into a plug-and-play retro gaming drive. This means you can take your entire library with you, plug it into any compatible PC, and instantly jump into your games. It's clean, it's simple, and actually very powerful. For this setup, I'm using an USB to SATA SSD, but you can also go with a USB-C enclosure like the one I'm showing you here. At the end of the day, any decent external SSD will do the job. Faster drives will give you a quicker load times and smoother navigation, but even a basic setup works surprisingly well here. For the PC, I'll be using one of my main systems, that is 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM paired with a Ryzen 7 2700X and an RTX 3060. And just like that, the more powerful your PC is, the higher end systems you'll be able to emulate. And of course, let's not forget the controller. You can use keyboard and mouse, but RetroBat works best with a controller, wired or Bluetooth, and honestly, it just works. So getting started, head over to the official RetroBat website and download the latest version. In my case, it's version 8.0. Once downloaded, simply run the installer, accept the default options, and point the installation directly to your SSD. I created a folder on my drive called RetroBat just to keep everything organized. And once that's done, the setup is pretty much complete. From here, it's time to add your files. Inside your RetroBat folder, head into ROMs directory. You'll find folders for all supported systems, from NES and SNES all the way up to PlayStation, GameCube and beyond. Simply drop your legally owned ROMs into the correct folders. Same goes for BIOS files, just place them into the BIOS directory. And once everything is in place, launch RetroBat and your games will automatically populate the interface. Clean, simple, and exactly how it should be. Now moving on to controls. In my case, I'm using an Xbox controller over Bluetooth, and setup is as simple as powering it on and pairing with the PC. Once connected, launch RetroBat and it will automatically detect the controller straight away. From here you can map your buttons if needed, but most of the time it's already configured and ready to go. And just like that, within seconds you're fully set up and ready to jump into your games. From here you can also tweak performance settings, adjust graphics, install your favorite themes, and fine-tune each emulator depending on the system you're running. And if you want to take it even further, you can connect your screen scraper account and download all the metadata, artwork, descriptions, and even preview videos. Now, depending on the size of your library, this can take a bit of time, but once it's done, everything is fully set up and you won't need to touch it again. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. You can take your SSD, plug it into another PC, launch RetroBat, and everything is exactly where you left it. Same game, same settings, same experience. No reinstalling, no setup, just plug and play. And that's what makes this build so powerful. And of course, once everything is set up, it's time to jump into gameplay. Performance will depend on the PC you're using, but for most systems up to PlayStation 2, you can get a really solid experience on mid-range hardware. Lighter systems run flawlessly, and even more demanding titles are very playable with the right setup. And taking this even further, you can actually play this setup remotely using something like Parsec or a Moonlight and Sunshine setup. You can stream your entire RetroBat library to another device. For example, on an Android phone or tablet, install Parsec from the Play Store, log into your account, pair your controller, and in my case I'm using the GameSir G8 Plus, and just like that you connect it to your PC. Now you got full access to your portable retro console, basically from anywhere. And just like that, we turn a simple SSD into a fully portable retro gaming console, easy to set up, easy to use, and something you can take anywhere. But that's gonna wrap it up for this one. If you enjoy it, drop a like and consider subscribing. More builds like this coming up. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.